Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. This is the tarot reading that focuses strictly and exclusively on your ability to manifest. Manifesting is a God-given right. It's not encouraged because it gives you a sense of independence. It gives you a sense of power. It gives you a sense of freedom. In society today, none of those three things is desired by the people in power. So, you and I have to work together to enhance your manifesting ability. And while we're talking about manifesting, let's make it clear. Manifesting is not magic in the strictest sense of the word. A lot of people think pointed hats and waving wands and all this stuff. You cannot conjure something up that you don't have a connection with. In other words, if you believe in reincarnation, then we come here in this lifetime to grow spiritually in a specific direction. Largely, I think, unknown to us until some point in our life where it just kind of comes into focus. And for some people, it never comes into focus. They don't know why the hell they're here. They don't know why they're going, where they're going. Doesn't make any difference. They just kind of bump along. But for many of us, there comes a point in our life when you kind of resonate with your purpose. And our purposes are not all the same. This is where we get into trouble. And this is where this mass media, this mass consciousness idea is brutal. Because they're putting in front of us day after day after day after day lies. Well, you have to live your life this way. You have to feel about this way. You have to act like this way. You gotta. I'm not saying being a jerk. I'm not saying being a revolutionary just for the sake of being a revolutionary. But we each have a different path. Some of us meant to be lawyers. Some of us are meant to be clerks. Some of us are meant to be accountants. Some of us are meant to be doctors. You can't just reach into a grab bag and say, this is what I'm going to do. You have a purpose. You have a destiny. The manifesting comes best, if it comes at all, when you realize what your destiny is, and then strive to be the best you can as you take your spiritual path in this lifetime. Not competing with anyone else, but being the best you came here to be. Now, for many, that may be a bit of a letdown. Well, they told me I could be anything that I want. I can just say, Usually what that has to do with cars and money and things, and we're judged by, well, a billionaire must be smart because, look, he or she's a billionaire. No, they're lucky. Their karma says you're going to handle resources. And if you look at their astrological chart, you can find these combinations. They were here to deal with resources. How they deal with them will determine the karma for their next life. If they're jackasses, they're going to pay the price. And some of the people maybe who come here in this lifetime and you see them are extremely poor, disadvantaged. Maybe in a previous lifetime they were super, 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 super rich. And they didn't handle their resources for the good of the planet. So you can never judge. That's why you need to focus on what your purpose is. We're all created equal in the sense that, given our different paths, we are all equal to be able to develop the spiritual path we came here to fulfill. This idea of equality gets jumbled up because we live in a world that is superficial and controlled by people who only know about things, not about spirit or humanity. So, we have the Oracle card, the one in the middle, and it only says or asks, why? That's the ultimate question. Why? Because once you answer that one, everything else kind of falls into place. Take, for example, your destiny here. Why am I here? What am I here to do? Why? That's huge. And to amplify that, the meme for today is study your patterns. The ultimate wisdom comes from knowing your whys, why you feel it, why you do it, why you repeat it. Knowing your whys gives you clarity about who you are, where you're going. And when you know who you are, you become unstoppable, powerful, dangerous. You're not competing with the billionaires. You are here to grow and develop to your maximum potential in this lifetime, given your spiritual path. So the ultimate question in anybody's life is why. And since we're coming up to first of a brand new year, and I think a hell of a year, it's going to be a tough one. Tighten up your helmets. It's important for you to spend the next week or two or whatever asking yourself why. Maybe you'll spend all of 2024 asking why. I don't know. But be sure to ask yourself why. First card all the way on the left is the Wheel of Fortune. The time to ask why is here. That's what the Wheel of Fortune says. Time is turning. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just says it's moving. This is a time of movement. This is a time to ask why. This is the time not to settle. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of hanging out here, and you know how it is. That doesn't work for you. Not now. To be your most powerful, to be your strongest, you need to have the answer of ask why. You need strength to answer that, and that's the next card over. Strength is very, very important because you may not like the answer, at least initially. Like I said, there'd be a period when you ask why and you begin to honestly get the answers. You may not get the answer that you want. Reminds me of an old Fleetwood Mac tune. Of course, that's all there is anymore is old Fleetwood Mac because there's old Fleetwood Mac people. So anyway, they were talking about, and God said to me, you want to know what I think of you, don't ask me. You're going to be disappointed. So sometimes asking the question why takes a tremendous amount of strength. The answer may not be initially what you want to hear. Give it time. You put effort into it. You understand. And it's going to be empowering. It's going to be powerful. So the next card over, the Chariot card. Chariot, if you notice, he is directed. He's got the Big Dipper in his back. He knows where he's going. He has the Caduceus with him. He's healing. And he's moving forward on faith, on intuition. He is trusting himself. Chariot, very powerful. Self-control, ambition, focus. You have to focus on why am I here? What's my purpose? Believe me, it's going to make all the difference in the world. But to do that, not only do you need to have strength, but you have to be ready to collaborate with yourself. A 3 of anything in tarot is usually some other party, especially 3 of hearts. It's another party interfering or whatever. A 3, when we're doing manifested readings, means your mind, body, your spirit. And what you're doing here with the Pentacles is you are aligning your value system. Ask the question why, be attuned to the answer, and then make the necessary adjustments to your value system. Maybe a little adjustment, maybe a big adjustment. But you have to ask the ultimate question, why? You need to study your patterns. The ultimate wisdom comes from knowing your whys, why you feel it, why you do it, why you repeat it. Knowing why gives you clarity, gives you power, gives you peace. Something I think we're going to need a whole lot of in the next few years. The ultimate question, why? Start looking for an answer. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with a Tao Manifested reading. Hope you're here with me. If not, between now and the next time, peace and blessings.